You are live. Yeah, so I'm not here for long. You know how we do. I'm just gonna say it with my chest in it because clearly it's to be said from somebody that's born foreign, whatever you wanna call it, man. Born a foreign, innit? Don't watch my hair. But yeah, listen, good, listen me good, good. I was born in England, so I don't have a horse race. Yeah, in the Africa conversation, I don't have a horse in that race. In the Jamaica conversation, I don't have a horse in that race. You see it, right? I was born in England. My grievance is it, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. I ain't got time to sit down and talk about no Africa conversation no 200 years ago. Yeah, let's go back to the First World War. Yeah, when they sent all the men to war and sent all the women. I'm talking about white men and white women. This this is my race. I've got a horse in this race because I was born in this country where these things happen to these people. And these very same people, half of them know, half of them don't. So you got half of the people that like the royal family, and then you got half of people that don't like them, innit? You got the workers that used to work there, the old servants back in the day that used to bring home news, used to carry story. Right, because they did have servants and them things there. So the servants would come and tell the low class people, the paupers, what was going on in the rich people's house. This was going on. Because I'm born in England, these are things that is the history of this country. Right. So back to that. When they sent all of these white men to war and had the white women building shells, shell carcass, for them to stuff gunpowder in and for them to drop bombs on people, yeah? They had the women making them. This is history. This is not, I'm not making this up. This is stuff that you can go and research. This is stuff that was taught to us in school. These are in history books. These, at the very same words, they made the white women build shells. Yeah? You got movies about it. All of these things, in it. Good. Boom now. Today's thing called Highland, yeah? Where people used to live outside, innit? So if you want to go back and watch, there's movies, yeah. There's one movie about one pauper, and the rich man did. So if you want to go back and watch, there's movies, yeah. There's one movie about one pauper, and the rich man did tech art in the wrong fashion and breed her. You see it, and then he they say, okay, I'm gonna come and take the child and leave the woman. But this woman must have 4 or 5 children, yeah, right, and it's the last baby. You see it. So these things have been put into movies, into people's psyche already. You see me though? Boom now, good. And I'm building it up because what I don't like is, yeah, that people want to talk about all of these long, long things, yeah, but in reality, yeah, they did it to their own people first. They did all of this to their own people first. So when you see all of this in my eyes, yeah, when I'm looking at social media, I'm like, social media really don't like black people. Like, that's how I feel. That's my opinion. It's very negative towards black people. But I'm like, if you really check into the history, who was the first thieves? Who was the first enslavers? Okay, so let's go back because you can go back 500 years, 2,000 years, and say, black people was horrible. That's why everybody ganged up against them. And yeah, man. There's 3 yellow books, and 2 of them are giveaway, and 2 of them was on the history of Britain and all of these people. It had the in detail, like the name like Zinjothropis, this Thropis, and that Thropis. You see it? Like Dr. Layla Africa, he's forever banning these people, honestly. Forever. Dr. Layla Africa, yeah. And they go into mitochondria, yeah, that's DNA, in it. But they go specifically into things, in it. So boom now. They sent all the white men to war, made the white women do the shell casings. They was dropping bombs in England, yeah. When the people in England did take a stop, they said, ain't these the same shell casings that we made? Right. So come to realize here that certain something was happening, they was dropping bombs on themselves. This is history, I'm not telling you anything that's not new. When all of these men come back from war, yeah, do you think they found their homestead? They never find no homestead. It's city they come find their people in. It's concrete they come find. When they left, countryside, wilderness, Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest extends all the way from Nottingham, come all the way back down past Birmingham. People don't know these things. Sherwood Forest is a big Sherwood. This was Sherwood Forest. I'm literally sitting inside parts of Sherwood Forest, brother. Yeah. When the men did come back from war, First World War, people don't know nothing about these things. The white people, them didn't know. Tough white people, they in coal, living into cave and build up wood house and all of these things there. Little huts and these things there, happy with their little life, forging iron. You got the blacksmith, you got the salt maker. They used to collect the piss from everybody and dye clothes. Don't mess with me, I said I'm mixed race. Don't mess with me. For half of my life, I denied my white side. For half of my life. In fact, for whole of my life. Because it's only within the last 2 years that I did take a stop and take a check and say, do you know your great granddad is the same color as this wall behind you? That's my great granddad. My granddad is the same color as the wall behind me. And look at me. Yeah? When you look at the wall, you see my granddad. So his dad must have been white like my Guernsey. You see it? Right, good. I denied it. White like my teeth. I denied it. But how can I deny it, innit, if that's my heritage? So I must have a horse in this race. You're not easy enough. Oh, I must have a horse in this race, yeah. Because it's first they took land from the white people. People all back. There's one name for it as well. So every year, annual year, they just start move people around, kick them off their land and them things. They see when I find back the books then, because this is in Catherine Cookson books. Yeah, Catherine Cookson. She write all of these things down in her book. Martina Cole. If you go and read back her books now, she write down the history of England inside her books. When all of the Irish people come to England and rare. Everything's there, documented. So no one can't call me lied. At the end of the day, all of the different colored people can bawl. But you see, when you want to talk about wickedness from white people, they do it to their own. If you want to talk about workers, if you want to talk about sitting where they did have to sleep into, where there's chinks, bed bugs, bite them up and they pay if you sit up and sleep and not, you don't listen. The wickedness that they did to their own people, could you even say that they're going to be nice to anybody else? I'm telling you, before you start being racist, yeah, really look into the history of England itself. These people that have no sense, look into the history of the country. Whosoever they want to point their finger at and put them down and make them look bad, never yet has any. We pick up elephant, bring elephant, come cross water, build boat. Never in the history have we bought machine gun. Never in the history of mankind. You know who you lot are not ready. Do you know who lot with the gunpowder? The Chinese. The Chinese. So who forged the iron? The white man. Yeah? Who come give them idea? The Indian. Alchemy and them things there. The Indian, yeah, because they check some black people didn't know nothing about no alchemy. You see? They wouldn't even let themselves believe, say, all right. Who come with the gunpowder? The Chinese, forever, boom, boom, licking out fireworks. So these three people conspired together to make the machine gun, to make the big old tank, boom. Let me tell you something anyway. That's when they did start to find out. So people who fling with tank, stand up there with hand and fling it away. That's when they started attacking the mind. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what you can do. Don't shapeshift. You see it? Because you see old people, you think that's the way that it's meant to go. They all follow the okie doke. Don't shapeshift, bro. Bro, anyway, let me get back onto my point of these land grabbing bastards and the way they treat their own white people wicked. And I'm going to keep staying on my point. I'm going to keep staying on my point. Jamaica is a small island, and I don't know about nobody else's business, but I can say with my chest, Jamaicans don't hold slave. We don't do them things. If you want to come work with me, we'll work with you. but we're not gonna take away your passport, bring you come England and holiday sitting there. The most we'll do is run you out of our house. You can come from where you come from, come into our home, but you see if you try style we will run you because obviously you can take care of yourself, innit? Cool, you do that. But there's two set of people in the world right now, the Chinese them and the Indian them. They will come bring their people from their country, take away their passport, have them work. I told you with my own eye, I see the young man thick and strong, ordering the old man to help me carry the sitting down the stairs. Yeah? Carry the TV and them because I already did bring the washing machine downstairs by myself. I'm saying to the young boy, why don't you help me? Why are you ordering this old man around for? Big and serious, because we don't fuck about with the old people, them we have utmost respect for them. We're not gonna make no elder, because we don't really call them old. We call them elder. We don't gonna make our elders be slaves for we. Everything we have to do for them. Much less if they can do it for themselves, they will do it. But we still do it for them. Not gonna make no elder pick up nothing heavy and all of them sitting there. Why? When I'm young and fit and I can do it myself. I said to the old man, don't touch nothing, yeah. So I don't know what is going on and air with you two, but I don't have time for that. You see it? Because if I push down this man, yeah, police will have to come. And then you're gonna have to explain who you are, where you're from, where's your papers. You get it? I am sick and tired of this narrative that is being pushed around the world by these wicked people. The same people that in their country where they're from, and people will walk inside their ass, and if they don't have sitting on their wall, it's round them up, they're rounding them up. Nobody has ever stopped a Chinese man and said, is it true? Is your country that bad? Because you see, I don't see Chinese over here enough as much as I see Indians. And they said, don't call me this, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah, from your all brown, your brown people. Brown. And when you want to say Navajo, this, you're all brown. Yeah. And you don't want to say, okay, because we got lighter skin, we're better than you. Because our hair is straight, we're better than you. Indians have a three-tier system, yeah? If you're at the top, you're cool. If you're in the middle, you're all right. But if you're at the bottom, you're picking up everybody's shit, bruv. You're a glorified shit picker when they tell you said that is your destiny in life. Hey, you see the wickedness? You see the wickedness? You got a next set of them brown Indian looking people. I'm going to start calling them Indian looking because I don't want to offend nobody, yeah? But you know who I'm talking. The same ones that love to have their corner shop and sell alcohol. One time gone, it was hard to find them inside corner shop. Now it's hard to find a white person in the corner shop. I will go a place where I'll check, say I'm going to see proper yam yams. That's what them call them black country people, yasso, yam yam. When I back there, I go see two Indian people. I say, buy no one Ross Clark cake from here. Who did make them? When I look back and I walk out the sitting there, I see the two white girls, the two yam yam them. I said, why are you two working here? Go and look at all of the staff that's in there. They still run you out your country, This ain't my country, whether I'm born here or not. This is not my country. They soon run uno out of your own country. Now how can you sit down on back foot and watch that happen? Oh, because you're too busy watching black people. You're too busy being racist to black people. While the Indian them sneaking your heritage right from underneath your crutches, right out of your mouth middle. But how can you rely on the same white people that did take the things away from Uno in the first place and give you house to pay rent? Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I'm sure, as there's a nose on my face, that by themselves, without the war, these people with a built up house and local irrigation system, they would have what they have now, but better. I don't want to hear no more foolishness. You're either going to get up and go to these people's ass and start look both where them yam food and really look in their eye and say, Mayor, for real, MP, for true. Okay. Members of Parliament, that's what MP means. Time to go to them house. Time to congregate at them workplace where they work at daytime. How you can be paying tax and I said, no, done with that there now, done with it. They thief your land from you and point you in the direction of the nigger. They take all these same MP, parliament, lawmakers, lawbreakers, land grabbers, they take your things from you and then tell you that no, your enemy is the black man, not the Chinese man, you know. How can you, inside of yourself, seriously, as a white person, look on black people with the nothing that black people have? No business. Yeah? No, black people hardly own any businesses on the high street. But where your problem? We don't. You say black people don't like work, but where your problem? No, you should be looking at the people that's got the jobs. Those are your people that's with the problem. That's where the problem is. The people that already have the jobs. Yeah. Those are your problem. All right, let's take a stop again. All of the Lithuanians, all of the Lithuanians and the Romanians that come here and work in chicken factory and pack chicken with good education. Because Lithuania is way further mentally and education-wise. It's way further than England. England people is backwards when it comes to education. They're the last in the world. I'm tired. And if you ever try to tell a white person this, their brain is dense. They don't understand. They don't get it. These people are wicked. Give them cocaine. Give them cocaine, you know, because they know that they don't have no work for these men. These white boys, they don't have nothing to give them, so they give them cocaine. Most of the white boys fix roadside, digger, digging the floor, piling. And that's the job that they want to give them, the jobs that they will pay the Lithuanian less. And the Lithuanian take that and be happy with it. And then when they say, oh, white people and these black people don't want to work, it's not that they don't want to work, you know. It's got nothing to do with that. They ain't getting the job. They can go to the interview, they're not getting it. Because there's 5 Polish, Romanian, Ghana, Nigeria, Jamaica, Sudan, South Sudanese, Ghana, Ghanaian, Guyana, Chinese, that they can pay less and have them work more. Because they know people that is born there will tear brick by brick, pop it down. Listen, you think white people is easy? White people ain't easy. Just because you see them like to drink tea, I have to have them little beer and them sitting there, they're not easy. I'm telling you, push them far. You see, once you can make white people can't drive their car, hey, they're already taxing the white people, them already, you know. I think don't trouble them because they're not looking at us. As much as social media and TV, they're not looking at us. I live in the real world where I chat to real people, where I see real people. Yeah, they know the rub. They know what the get down is. You see, the minute we start fuck with their newspaper, I'm warning. I'm just warning. This is the warning, bro. Don't push these white people too far because their ancestors already told them. They already know their land is free for them. They're not meant to pay rent. They already know this, but they just feel like there's nothing that they can do. It's only because they feel like there's nothing that they can do. So you know me in it, rule C777. There's things all white people can do. Like get up in the morning, all of you say, not today, we're not going work. 100,000 man. Leave the women and the children at home. 100,000 man. Listen, if you ever see white van man, take your white van and go sit down at their workplace. Push down bollard. walk where you not feel walk, go where you not feel go. 100,000 white man, because it's you that they're taxing with your car, you know. Take your car, go sit down at their workplace, find out where they live. All of these people that's telling you that you must pay things, all of the people that want to sit down on TV and say, yeah, 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 we're going to look into people's bank account. Go and find out where they live. I beg, please do. You see me? You didn't know what to do. You didn't know what to do. So I'm telling you, no violence, no talking. I wanted to 100,000 people standing there just looking at them like this. And tell them you're lucky that we left the women and children at home. Because you know it would be more noise. How's man walking out a calf and he's just walking there good with his bodyguards? And you got the white boy every minute sitting on the speed cameras there. Find out where they live. Yeah? At night time, you see them stickers that he's sticking on the camera, stick it on their Ross Clark window when they open curtains and look out. Get wicked with the thing. That's why they don't want you and I to chat to each other. That's why they want you to be forever scared of black people, forever hating black people. Because if it's one thing we do, you know, we give the white people ideas and the ideas will carry them out. The white people ain't afraid. They're not afraid to carry out nothing. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to fix it. I'm giving you it, me, real, say it with my chest. Go to their workplace. Go to their house. Go to where they yam food and just sit down there and look at them. In numbers, in force. All right, Holy Spirit. Vex with these people, you know. I said, no, man. No. Because if they feel say they can come do me anything, you know, it's that when pick me clothes, I go fit them. Let me get some art one from the mind, bro. Holy Spirit just come over me and say, yes, man, it's after talk, you know. It's talk after talk. Stop lying on people. Stop lying on people. First come to first, now they want to push them in pupil referral units. First come to first now. Let's go all the way back with these teachers bullying these little white children in school to my child coming home miserable, talking about get in the cupboard, get in the cupboard. From this boy 2 years old, all the way up into he's 14, forever coming home telling me how they pick on the little white girl, pick on the little white boy, forever picking on them, picking on them, picking on them. Heart hurt my spirit when I can call name categorically of the people that's lives have been affected by these non-caring teachers. Then they want to put them in pupil referral unit. Well, life is done there, so because they're not meant to get good job from there. So you turn them criminal from all 14, 15 years old. It's high time people stop talk rubbish, you know. Anyway, rubbish is going to stop talking. I was been here longer than what I thought I was going to be here because I'm tired. I'm tired. Trying to catch the cool fun on the gram now, right? I know I can see this bare racist stuff. I'm like, what? So you really hate black people? Do you know why you hate us? Southeast London, yeah? You can't have no argument in Southeast London and let anybody know where you live. Can't do it. I said I'm from Southeast London, Catford, Lucian, Brockley, Forest Hill, Sydenham, St Mary's, Cray, Orpington. Man's from Southeast London. You see if you find out, oh, where said something about you. I said, is it? Boom. This is what we do, you know. No, we're at your house. No, we're at your house. What did you say? What did you say? What was you saying now? Even your mum's yard will come and listen. You don't want to start Arm's house. I'll bring Arm's house to your mum's house. You come to your mum's yard. What was you saying? You knew where you lived when you was talking this shit. What you saying, man? We'll run up on you. It's not a problem. We know what park you chill in. We're coming to your park, bruv. We don't make nothing pass with. What for? If it's war, it's war. We'll bring the war to you because you so behind our back, so. And then the person that we're coming that come told us, you're coming to who? Everybody's coming to see. What did you say they said? All right, come, let's all go. Come, let's all go. And so argument is meant to get quashed. Spiritual belt. I think that is done. Now, I don't know why these people come from their country, come here, you know. I really don't know why they come from their country to come here. I really don't know. Yeah? Really, I can say with my chest, when I did sit down and talk to the Russian said they don't like you in my country. And I said, yeah. I said, so I can't go to your country. He said, maybe Pittsburgh or whatever, but they don't like you. And to say certain things can't go on in their country, so everybody come England. More time people think they're coming here for money. They're coming here for freedom, freedom, things they can't do in their country. They said we can't even see black people where we come from. Imagine that. They come here for diversity. The people, oh, they come to steal our jobs. No, they come because their country is full of white people and they want diversity. And I heard that straight from the Russians' mouth. Yes, I did. All till now, the Lithuanian can't tell me what he's doing here. The Romanian tell me they come here to work, send money back to their country. I sit down and I chat to people. I ask them, what are you doing here? Because in my mind, I don't understand why no one would take up their... In Poland, they grow pomegranates, bruv. You have pomegranates. You ever find pomegranate in England? You think these people would really want to come and leave out their country? They're good food and all of these things. It must be hard living in a country with no diversity. So them come here. And Poland is more cold than England, you know. So when they come here, it's warm. So you can understand, you're like, oh, okay. So it's not all about money and job. They come in there to look. Some of them want black women and can't find one in their country. Some of them want Chinese, Indian. They just want diversity. So it's not job, job, job all the time. It's not money, money, money all the time. Some people just want to look about other places in the world. People must really, really open up their eyes and say, look, stop believing what you see on TV. Stop believing what you see on social media. Chat to people. Talk to the Polish people. Talk to the Lithuanian people. Talk to all of the different color Indian people, the Indian looking people. Talk to them. Ask them, what are you doing in England? For real, for real. And they can't scorn you or nothing because they know what you're saying, but your country is better than this. What are you doing here? Half of these Indian people that are here, they come here and make big old life. You see roads full of car, where have neon upon them, sports car. Where are you getting this money from? How are you doing that? Ain't it the clothes on our back that raised the same Indian man in the shop selling the clothes? The same Indian man, even the only place you can really find white people is in the school clothes shop. Real. What's it? All of them other, listen, Zara won't stop from employing Romanians. Zara, I stopped going in there because I had to call the woman a kurva. Quiet. Listen, the woman's looking at me with her mouth hang down, so. Cause 5 years ago, no, I knew Romanian good. Tirfaj, motor mess, and I knew it good. Frightened when I talked to her in her own language. I'd never go back in Zara again. Never. Because when you look at them, you're texting they're white people and they're not white. Why can't Zara employ English people? They're not taking them. They're not. That's why you see the most white nurses inside the hospital because they can't get no other job. You see the most white people working inside Tesco because they can't get no other job, Poundland. Anything that is white, that's where you see the real white people there. Tesco, Asda, all of them things there. But guess who the security is? The Nigerian. That's who the security is. Very rare. Very rare. And them, the white man, that's the security. They live in that area. They know anybody that come inside their shop that is their neighbors. They only employ their neighbors. And you know, they got to have a ratio of certain different ethnicities so they don't come across as racist. If you really want to know who and what is running the country, go to the post office. Can't find no white people in the post office. That's when I knew this is India. This ain't England again. This ain't England again. It's not England again. This is India. Yeah, that's when I knew for real, for real. Once the post office is taken over by whoever, the country is not the country that you think it is. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. It is. It's going to be a problem because once these 10-year-olds get to 20, it's going to be an issue. Just letting you know, innit? It's going to be an issue. Hopefully, the rapture would happen. Hopefully, the rapture is going to happen by then. That man will be raptured off. Strip off clothes quick, 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 you know. So, there ain't no point in being racist. That's a myth. Racism only exists in the eye of the beholder. That's it. Racism only exists inside people's tiny brain. Because if people really, really, really did take a stop here, they ain't got time to be racist. They need to get back their country to themselves. Claim back the post office. You hear me, white man? You hear me, white lady? Claim back your post office. And that's where you start. Well, that's where you don't start there. You start by going and marching. And when I say march, I mean where they eat food, where they work, and where they sleep at night time. You target them 3 places. Now, it's going to be a sophisticated operation. But if anybody can do it, you know, it's these thieving white people. It's these broke ass burglars. Cheap paper bun, I'm telling you. All of these kids that you've been training and putting in pupil referral unit. Government's gonna cry blood when they're done finished with them. Some of these kids ain't right in their head, brother. Some of them ain't right. Tables have turned. So when you wanna move the paedophile man out of the school and put him into the pupil referral unit because you feel say nobody ain't gonna know, all of the picnic in there call the man pedo. All of the children in there knows that the man's paedophile. And you take the man out of the school and put him into the pupil referral unit, the PRU. Put them there as big ed teacher and all of these things there. When you don't know that the man's a paedophile in the first place. You see, from last year, you had the white man talking about how they're paedophiles when they're at school, they like to touch them and all of these things there. Give it another 5 years. They're not going to be talking about who's touching them. You're going to see with your eye who did them what. You're going to see with your eye who did what to who and when. Yeah, because these next line your children, they're not going to take no check. They're not. All of the 10-year-olds now, you're going to see when they turn 15. They're not taking no check again. So pedophiles beware. All type of things is going to get mashed down. I'm telling you, things is going to change. And it's only going to change because people believe, say, it's not going to change. And when people say, oh, it will never change, you're the first one to change. You're the first one that's going to feel the change. Yeah, naysayers. It's the naysayers, yeah, but that's making the things worse. Because if you did say okay, then there wouldn't be no nay. And people would really say yes, for true. Our uncle, no, this is not the way the world is set. And it's not the way the world is meant to go. So let me tell you something good. We're going to talk it into existence. And we're going to say no more. And we're going to help who need help. If they need eye there, they need eye there. Because let me tell you something, you know, these white people are some type of creative people, you know. Because when they were doing the island thing there and they was making nail bombs, then they had to sign treaty and shut them out. Oh. Hey, hey. And now these little white youths are knowing about chemistry. Mm, 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 mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And now certain one of them know about gas line and gas pipe and electric and where sit and run because you did train them. Mm, mm. Take back your country. You fought so hard to have it. Take it back. MPs, take back your country. Because you see, once these Indian people get a hold of it, weren't they the ones that made swords? Weren't them the ones that did make the big ships? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Oi. People can lie, but the truth still remains, isn't it? The truth, you see it all the way to this day. Big old cannons forged from big old iron. You see it? Hmm. It's one thing to lie, but it's another thing to turn people against each other. It's one thing to tell lies, but it's a whole different thing when you start trying to turn people against each other. Yeah. And on that note, Rossi 777 is saying, hey, things are going to change. Come on here. Lady, telling you, boy, when things do change, I hope you know that say it was the long time in the making. Trouble the children, them, and it's the children then that's gonna come back and trouble you. Do you see children grow big? And as I said, obviously, man can't be racist because then I would just hate half of myself, innit? So when you're Polish, when you're Lithuanian, when you're European, when you're German, I don't know what type of white it is. Scottish. Scottish, yeah. Grayson, innit? So you got yourself in your real life. And yeah, some people in your family jealous you, yeah, because you know who your father is. They don't know who their daddy is. You should have checked your mum. No way my mum could have made me have me day like Mughal don't know who my dad is, The day in her back middle, every day in, day out. If she asks me nothing, do it yourself. If she asks me take her shopping, do it yourself. If she asks me go to the shop and get me some newspaper, do it yourself, brother. Until you tell me who my dad is, I don't know you. Hey, and if you listen this far and your mum or your dad or your mum don't want to tell you who your dad is, or your dad don't want to tell you who your mum is, don't chat back to them till they feel like they're ready to tell you. Big up yourself in your real life. Hey, laters.